So, tonight we're going to be talking about a topic that is very near and dear to my heart because it is something that I have been experiencing and going through since my very first memory. Okay. And when I say my very first memory, I say that to kind of disclaim that as far back as I can remember, I've been going through this. Okay. And as you can see on the title, it says, when relatable is trending, but you're naturally outstanding. If you found my channel, or if you know me personally, or if you've been following, what I've been doing for quite some time. Hey, welcome in. You know that I have never been the type to like really fit into any niche, fit into anyone's perfect little box. Um, or anyone's opinions or projections of what I should look and act like. And that's been a struggle for me for quite some time. But I feel like it's about time that I make a video about it because I feel like everyone's kind of, at first, everyone wanted to be unique, which was great. We were going somewhere amazing. But now everyone wants to revert back to, oh, no, 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 never mind, never mind, never mind. I'm basic. I'm average. I'm regular. I'm relatable. I'm normal. I'm just me. And it's like, I feel like that's a cop out. I feel like it's too I feel like it's comfortable to be regular and to try to blend in and to try to embrace the mundane. Um, Especially if that's not who you naturally are. If you are someone who naturally stands out, you are someone who naturally attracts attention and things are drawn to you and you have these really unique perspectives on life and on society that a lot of people cannot relate to. You're only saying that you're relatable or regular because it is comforting, it is safer, and people who stand out tend to be less safe. That's just what it is. When you're not regular, people see you. Not everybody can deal with being seen. Not everybody can deal with being perceived and scrutinized, right? Hey, green vegan, how you doing, mama? So yeah, that's the topic of today. We are going to talk about how everybody wants to be regular now. Let me actually see, what are my chat settings? I want all chats to be visible. Okay, there we go. It's starting to piss me off. It's starting to piss me off, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't like when I see amazing, talented, skilled people who subject themselves and shrink themselves to this very safe space. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost as if we are getting disciplined by the public. Exactly. I believe when you stand out, you become a target. I know for a fact that there's actually large creators who know who I am, right? Not only do they know who I am, but they have taken content from me and basically revamped it or just reused it, or sometimes flat out word for word, bar for bar, what I did or how I did it. And seeing as I have always been someone who, I'm a creative and I understand that like art mimics art, right? Life mimics life. We all gain inspiration from each other some way, shape, or form, or whatever the case is. And the only reason I'm bringing it up right now is to provide it as an example. If you are someone who has always stood out, you are used to people projecting onto you, whether it be their limiting beliefs, their fears, their restrictions, their opinions, their judgments, whatever, or copying you, admiring you to the point of copying you, and you're used to it. And so it really, at some point, it just doesn't really affect you, or it doesn't come across as a big deal as it would to somebody who's not used to getting attention, someone who's not used to standing out, someone who's not used to being pointed out, right, for being different or unique or a misfit. um and I took a lot of notes on this because, like, when I tell you, like, my brain, I just like dumped everything out of my brain. You guys, is it me or can like we not see? Can you guys see the chat? Or am I tripping? Remember to guard your press. Remember, all messages are visible. I want all messages to be visible. Okay. You can see it? Okay, perfect. There's a Japanese saying that goes, the nail that stands out will get hammered. And as time passes, you learn to hide. That's what's happening. There is a recoiling epidemic. People are starting to revert back into these. I don't want people to see me. I don't want to be outstanding. I don't want to be this. I don't want to be great. I don't want to be excellent. I don't want. But what if you are? What about those people? Right? That's what I want to talk about. Like, those are the people, that's my target audience. You know what I'm saying? And I'm learning more and more about you guys. I'm learning more and more about what brought you to me. And I'm learning more and more about what it is that you can relate. Because, like, I've always been told that I'm not relatable. I've always been told that I'm an oddball. So when people are like, oh my goodness, Ema, you remind me of me, or oh my goodness, I've gone through the same thing, I'm like, really? We got similar stories. We've experienced similar things. Like, that really puts me in a position to be like, okay, well, now it's time to make content about it. Now it's time to go live and talk about it because somebody can relate. And if you can relate to this, like, like the more visible you are, the more opinions and beliefs and expectations people tend to project onto you. And that's why the vast majority of people prefer to be average because it's safe. You're not ruffling any feathers. You're not stepping on any toes. You are just quite literally in the safe zone. No one's going to notice you. No one's going to ignore you, but no one's going to notice you, right? Whereas when you do stand out, for some reason, people either super extremely notice you, and I know that that was the wrong usage of those adjectives, or they try to intentionally ignore you and go out of their way to make it seem as if you're irrelevant. Why do the chats keep disappearing? That's so confusing. Some people have to tear you down to build themselves up. I recently went out with a friend of mine and she had some friends, that she was introducing me to. So she's like, hey, Ema, this is da 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 and da 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 da. This is Ema. And I'm like, oh, hi, guys. How are you? Nice to meet you. Da da da. And one of the girls, her energy was just so like she didn't want to look at me. She didn't want to speak to me. Mind you, I've never met this girl in my life. Don't know her from a can of paint. She's never met me in her life. But the moment that she laid her eyes on me, and I want to say from like, cause we all like we linked up at this bar. The moment that this girl walked into the door of the bar and looked at me, the energy immediately shifted and she tried to not look at me. She tried to avoid contact. She didn't want to talk to me. She didn't want to stand next to me. It was, mind you, complete stranger. I don't know her. She don't know me. I'm feeling fine. The vibes were great before she walked in. But all of a sudden, when she walks into the bar and my friend introduced her to me and, vice versa, it was just like, it was obvious too. Like it was so painfully obvious to the point where when me and my friend got to the parking lot after we left the bar, she said, hey, and also, by the way, like, I'm so sorry that the energy was a little weird. I don't know what that was about. She's never even met you. She's never seen you on social media. This is her first time seeing you. I don't know why she was acting like that. It was probably really awkward for you. Like, I was like, baby, 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 listen, like, and this comes into play when you are used to standing out, when you are used to being projected onto. I said, listen, she's good, okay? I don't know her. She don't know me, and she may have been triggered or she may have been projecting something that had nothing to do with me. Word to my favorite book, The Four Agreements. I don't take anything personal, especially from a stranger, baby. I don't know you and you don't know me. So whatever was rattling her spirit that night, whatever was rattling her energy that night, I must have just been a reflection of it. Okay? That's all I can take from it. Cuz like I said, once again, guys, I didn't know this girl and she didn't know me. Complete strangers, and we had never seen each other prior to that night. But my presence shook her to the core so much that she could not even give me eye contact. She could barely say hello. You beautiful brown and have body. She a fan. You want to know something crazy? Like, I'm not one of those girls who's like, no, me, no. I'm fully aware that I may have some features that are either conventionally attractive or they may be like uniquely attractive or whatever the case is. Like, I'm very fully aware. Okay, and I think that when you get so used to seeing yourself, you don't really you don't really hold it on the same type of pedestal as other people do, if that makes sense. I love myself to death. I think I am the next best thing since sliced bread. Okay. I love myself. I love how I look with no makeup, no wig, no weave. I love my body, the stretch marks, scars, hyperpigmentation, everything. I love everything about myself, right? Are they still insecurities? Yes, but I love those imperfections. I love that like it's like nobody else can have that. Like what like nobody else can look the way I look, right? And I'm assuming walking around thinking, okay, everybody else who's beautiful or who acts beautiful thinks the same way, and I have to keep on reminding myself that that's not always going to be the case. So, that was just an instance of projection. Projection. When you're outstanding, people are going to constantly project onto you. And it may be good projections, it may be bad. Oh, Emma, you're so good at this, and you're the best at this. I would trust you to do this. We should do something together. We should create content together. We should do this together. And they're going to project that idea of perfectionism onto you. And so now you have to kind of like follow up and provide that perfectionism that they projected onto you. But what if Ema doesn't want to do that? What if Ema doesn't think she's actually that good at that? What if she's actually not that good at that? You see what I'm saying? And whereas bad, oh, Ema, oh, she thinks she's this. Oh, she's so full of herself. Oh, she's so conceited. Oh, da 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 da. And I've experienced both the good and the bad projections my entire life. When I tell you from a child, I was even projected on by grown ass women. Okay, from a child, like I was developed physically very early at a young age. I always had hips and thighs and a little butt. So older women would say, "Oh, she gonna be fast," or "She, you gonna have to watch her," or "Oh, make sure you cover her up head to toe," and da 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 da. Like that's kind of like how my childhood was. Like I didn't really get to have that childhood experience that a lot of young girls may have gotten to have because I developed early. So that's what I mean when I say I am so, especially from women, unfortunately, especially from women, I am so used to being projected onto. This is not new. Um, so yeah, I mean, like I said, everybody can't handle it. And so those are the people who I would consider built in average Joes. Okay. BIAJs. Built in average Joes are people who were born at the core. Ooh, that was weird. Hold on, let me actually fix this. Who were born at the core regular. They were always supposed to be a part of the herd. They were always supposed to blend in. They were always supposed to be conventional and never make any waves in the ocean. They were always supposed to just go with the flow. And those people, if you know that that's you, and you know like it takes too much energy and effort to be different or unique, be that, because that's your call to fame. That's your star power right there. But if you have always been a misfit, you have always been a standout, and it comes natural and easy to you to be different and unique, and you don't have to actually try to go out your way to do that, you have no damn business trying to blend in with the rest of society. It's just not, it's not sustainable. and you might be good at it for a while, but there's going to come a time where you feel stifled, you feel suffocated, you feel claustrophobic almost even by your own new identity that you're putting on. And eventually that crust is going to break, it's going to crack, and you're going to realize, I don't like this, I'm not being myself, who am I? You're not even going to recognize yourself anymore, because the craving that you've had for so long is now this like steady hum, right? It's not this bright pop of energy, and it's not this bright, unique, individual flash of light that you usually have. And that's what it is. Like, don't, I'm saying all this to say, don't fall for the trap. Okay? Don't fall for the regular, average. Don't fall for it, please, because it's so easy to be like, you know what? Being myself feels too hard. And the only reason you're saying that is because people are judging you. People are disagreeing with you. People are saying, you're being performative or whatever the case is. The only way that someone's going to say that you're being performative is if they actually wouldn't naturally act like that. And like I said, y'all, people are going to project onto you if you stand out. And the only reason I say this is because in a lot of, like, not even a lot, but back in the day when I first started doing content, this one girl, I will never forget, she was like, I would like influencers and content creators if they weren't so performative. And she commented on my video. Mind you, this was one of the most organic rambles that I was doing. Like, I mean, it was such a natural stream of consciousness. And I was just talking like as if I was journaling. It was like an audio journal. And I was just like, am I being performative, or would you have never thought of anything that I just said? And so therefore you think that it's performative because you had to actually think hard to even comprehend what I'm saying. Like, you had to go out of your natural thought pattern, your natural thought cycle to understand what it is I'm saying. Does that make sense? Yeah. Like, that's kind of like, I was just like, girl, like, you don't even know me. You don't know how I naturally speak. You don't know my cadence. You're not following me. I'm pretty sure that I just popped up randomly on your FYP and you're telling me that I'm performative. But if you go look at my old content, you would know this is how I talk. Stream of consciousness, run on sentence girly. Okay. Let's see. Another thing. The most ironic part about people hopping onto the average Joe bandwagon, I won't perform. Exactly. If that's performative, then give it to me. The crazy thing about people hopping onto the average Joe bandwagon and saying how regular and average they are is like, we tend to say the things that they're thinking. It's like, in that one movie, White Chicks, where she's like, ah, how could you say that? She's like, you were thinking it. And she's like, you said it. Like, that's kind of how it is. Like, they follow you and they watch you and they consume you because everything that comes out your mouth, they were thinking it. They just don't have the power to say it the way that you do. And it's just so frustrating because it's like, if you felt that way, then just be that. And that's why I know, like, a lot of these people who are considering themselves to be regular and relatable, like, no, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. And I can't wait for these masks and these representatives that they present to start cracking. And if you know, you know. Let's see. But yeah, I mean, I do have some tips and tricks on how to, embrace how to be standoutish. If y'all want to hear them, you know what I'm saying? I took some notes from my journaling session. I'm trying to be a little bit more structured. So let's hop right into it. So yeah, number one, and this one is like, duh, right? You would think everybody would know this, but it's easier said than done. Number one is, you are very clear on who you are at the core, not who you're presenting as, but you're very clear on who you are. You're clear on what you like, what you don't like, what you need, what you don't need. You're clear on your values, your identity. You're clear on just your principles, and you stick with them through thick and thin. Like, you are standing 10 toes down, and it doesn't matter your family, your friends, an idol of yours. Let's say you're a barb or you're in the beehive. If somebody, like, one of your problematic faves, if they like did something, you would stand 10 toes down in who you are, right? That is like the number one trait of someone who is outstanding, right? They don't give a damn. They march to the beat of their own drum, okay? You don't prioritize fitting in or following trends. Like it's just in fact, when people even consider it, you are just you become uncomfortable. You're like, "Well, why would I do that?" Or you might even become triggered or defensive. So yeah, it's a hard no. You're very clear on who you are and you march to the beat of your own drum. And I have been experiencing that for quite some times and to be honest with you guys, so glad I found your channel. I can relate to a lot of things you were saying. Okay, David D, let me find out you're an outstander. Or is it a standout? Standout. Yeah, it's a standout. Let me find out you're a standout. Thank you for watching, by the way, guys. I know that I kind of like did this impromptu. Like I want to start planning lives and scheduling ahead, but I'm learning I have to at least do it within like 48 hours or I'm not going to be as inspired. So thank you for riding with me as I figure out my going live pattern and my uploading pattern. Um Another thing, you're not a people pleaser. You're not going to say yes when you mean no. And you're not going to say no when you mean yes. Like you mean what you say and you say what you mean. And it feels almost blasphemous to say otherwise. If you're like, oh, damn, like I really want to cancel this date. I'm not feeling good. You're not going to go while you're not feeling good just so that the other person doesn't feel some type of way. It does not matter what emotion someone presents to you. The answer is no. Okay. No means no, and yes means yes. And that's just the end all be all. People who stand out, like I said, they're so used to people projecting onto them. And I don't even mean just judgments in their needs. They are used to people projecting requests and commitments. Has your parent or your mom ever been like, oh yeah, Emma, she can go ahead and pull those weeds for you. Oh yeah, she can go ahead and babysit her nieces, nephews. I'll tell her right now, volunteering you to do stuff because they're projecting their needs and physical requirements onto you because they think you're so capable of it or they think that you're just going to say yes. You're going to say yes. That's something that standouts do not tolerate. It goes against exactly who they are. Naturally, you quite literally are a rebel. You are a rebel archetype. Your personality is not meant to just abide by laws and rules and structure and traditions. That's just not who you are, and it is what it is. Okay? Um Ooh, this is my favorite one. Hold on. This next one, okay. You see you see past people's representatives. Who can tell me what they think that means in the comments? When you can see past someone's representative. I remember you used to stand out, but I got bullied every single day through my childhood, teenage years. I ended up being shy and serious, and I'm done wearing this I'm average and naive mask. Yeah, drop it. Drop it. It's not doing anyone any favors. What do you guys think that it means to see past someone's representative? I'm going to take a little sippy sip of my cranberry lemonade. Refreshing. I'll go first. That girl that I met at the bar, a friend of a friend, that girl, I saw right past her representative like immediately. All because she didn't want to give me eye contact. She didn't want to talk to me. Like, mind you, like, this is a stranger. And that was such a visceral reaction to someone that you don't know or you never met. Her representative could not even withstand 5 minutes before she exposed herself. Your representative is the face that you put on to the world, the external world, and that is outside of your inner circles, outside of your family, outside of your loved ones. Your representative is almost like a shield that keeps you safe and protects you and your reputation in society. So I'll give you guys an example. My representative, and you want to know something funny? As I get older and as I get deeper into content creation, my representative is starting to look a lot more like me. If that makes, I don't know how to explain it, but like I'm starting to not have a representative because not that I'm an oversharer, but like I've told my story on the internet, very very vulnerable parts of my story on the internet. My very first video was my starting over story, moving back in with my mom and like going through all these, mental health issues, dealing with therapy for being a workaholic. Like, so since that's already out there, like it's only right to just be myself. What's up? How you doing, Rich Quinchy? I don't feel like I said that right. When you're not falling for the okey doke, people wear that mask that want you to believe. Exactly. Yes, yes, yes. That's what people's representatives are. It's what keeps you safe. It's what allows you to navigate this world, and be in rooms that your authentic self might not be invited to, be in conversations that your authentic self might not be invited to. So, me being me, I am someone who is very black and white. I am straightforward. I'm learning more about empathy and how to use my words in a less cutting way because, like I said, like I think I'm also impatient with communication. I feel like that's why I'm so black and white and straight to the point. Like, I don't like to make my words so fluffy all the time unless I'm like creating, like poetry, songs, stuff like that. But I feel like if I'm trying to gain understanding or share information and knowledge or something like that, I'm going to be black and white. So let's say you're my homegirl and you're letting your man cheat on you. I'm not going to be like, oh, it's okay. You don't deserve that. You're just da, 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 da. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna be like, well, we've been going through this for 3 years. This is about the 17th time that he's cheated on you. And at this point, I feel like you're emotionally abusing me because you keep on coming to me with it. Knowing that when you tell me these things, I am filled with rage. That's the kind of friend I am. I hate my homegirl's exes. Cause I'm the kind of friend who will stay up on the phone with you until 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., listening to you cry and wail, blood curdling, wailing, heart wrenching, wailing, and crying over these men. And so, me being me, of course, I'm going to be emotionally affected by that. And so, if you're going to consistently expose me to those emotions, that's why I say it feels like emotional abuse. You know what I'm saying? And like you're gonna keep doing the same thing, going back to the same person. I feel like it's just kind of like toxic. And so that's why I'm so black and white, because I'm kind of like low-key traumatized from like those types of friendships where they just use you as this emotional sponge to soak up all their heartache and all of their. I remember one time I had a homegirl who was so toxic and she would go back to this man so much that I started to have dreams about her relationship. I started to have dreams about her and her man and all of their toxic ongoings. So when someone is penetrating your subconscious that intensely, it's time for them to no more venting to me. We are no longer trauma bonding. It's time to cut that. So yeah, that's what kind of like put me in a position to be a little bit more straightforward, if you know what I mean. My filter is broke. You get what you get. I'm not changing for nobody. Exactly. Like I'm sorry. Like if you want somebody to give you some flowery words and you want somebody to speak to you like this, real soft spoken, and you want someone to, coddle you and rub your back real gently, no, because quite literally, this is my logic. You are in control of so much more than you realize. I'm not saying that you can control everything. Sometimes you got to give the universe or God the wheel. But the things that you don't even realize you have control over are the things that you're letting destroy you. Why do I have to keep on doing this? This is so weird. Like the I as moderator. No. A true friend says things they are. If you really care about them, stop sugarcoat. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You should do ASMR. I would not enjoy that. Maybe like the first 2 episodes because I'm so silly, but then like as a niche, I couldn't do it. I would get so bored. And I need to talk. Like I talk. I need to engage and communicate with you guys. But yeah, that's the number 4. You see past people's external representatives. I feel like also like this can be seen as small talk. I hate small talk. Small talk is like the bane of my existence. I don't want to talk about the weather. I don't want to talk about the newest trick that your dog learned unless it's really something valuable and important to you. Like I literally don't care. Let's talk about the real stuff. Now I'm not talking about we got to get deep as soon as we meet each other, but like I don't care about the mundane topics. I don't care about just the boring things. It's a major letdown when that's all you have to offer, or like some regurgitated conversation points that you learn from someone's podcast. Like, who are you? Like, I want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to your representative. And if I sense that I'm talking to your representative or whatever, like performative aspect of yourself that you put out in the world, I'm going to lose interest extremely fast. Because I know now that this conversation for you is just you going through the motions. You're not even really here. You're not present. You see what I'm saying? And I can't talk to someone who's not present. That's like talking to a wall. All right. And the next one. This is another favorite of mine. Okay. You you like to get to know people on your own. You don't want anyone to speak for that person. You want to find out for yourself. Yeah. I'm that girl. I put you take the motto see for yourself seriously and you don't judge people or experiences until you've experienced them for yourself. And I've noticed that trend a lot in my life. Like people be like, "Oh, girl, don't talk to him. He's a player." Or, "Oh, girl, don't talk to her. Like she's this, she's that. She thinks she's this. She's stuck up." Or, "Oh, the girl, don't talk to her. She's a hoe." Blah 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 blah. People will always try to give these disclaimers about other people, but I know now what projections are and how people will project onto you about you to other people. And a lot of times, what people do, especially if they're projecting, is if they can't get to you, they will try to get to other people who are interested in you or who want to be you or want what you want. So, or want you in general. Have you ever had a guy like, and this is for the ladies specifically in here, have you ever had a guy like completely lie to other guys about you so that they don't talk to you? That's exactly why, like me, okay, I'm glad. Thank you for the disclaimer. Thank you for letting me know that such and such is this and they're two faced, da da da. But I'm gonna find out for myself. Thank you. But I'm gonna find out for myself. Yeah, they don't want to share. Exactly. They don't want to share. I peep game now. You cannot manipulate me. I know. But yeah, that's one thing about outstanding people. Like they like to get to know other people for who they are because outstanding people, like I said, they're used to being projected onto, they're used to being judged, they're used to being people trying to manipulate them and control them and micromanage them because they are rebels of society. They do not fit in personality wise or externally. Let's see. And then, oh yeah, this is probably one of the most important ones. You seek internal validation first and you receive external validation with grace, especially if it validates what makes you stand out. So I feel like there's been this battle, this validation battle that a lot of people kind of like go back and forth about on social media. In my opinion, I feel like internal validation is just as important as external validation. And I feel like they should be coexisting because as human beings, we are quite literally, naturally social. And external validation is the only way we know how a relationship or a connection is being made by the other person affirming and validating or reciprocating that affection or that emotion or that behavior, right? How do you know that your husband is how do you know that um how does a man know when to propose to a woman? Via external validation, right? She's responding to all of his pursuances. She's responding to all of his flirting. She's responding to, I mean, they're dating. So she must have said yes to being his girlfriend. Like that is what I would consider as external validation. Now, where people go wrong is they use external validation as a means to measure their own individual value. And that's where you go wrong. See, I use external validation as a means to measure if what I'm doing is achieving or accomplishing my goal. So, I'll give you an example. So with my YouTube channel, I'm not going to know what to post if you guys don't engage with your favorite types of content that I'm posting. You see what I'm saying? So the only reason that I know what to post is because you guys liked or commented on it the most, or it got the most attention and engagement, or it got the most authentic responses. So that external validation is something that I value. Does it gauge or measure how valuable I am as a person or how worthy I am? No, but it does tell me, what I'm doing. Sorry. Ooh. It does tell me like how much of what I'm doing matters or is working. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, like I said, that internal validation is king. Internal, hey, how you doing? Not the eyes. Internal validation is where you want to prioritize most of your attention. Too many people have been lost to, especially in this day and age of social media. Too many people have been shifting and changing and evolving themselves into things that are just so. Now that's performative, like fabricated. There was this trend going on, especially during the pandemic, when people were like, "Oh, you should create this alter ego and then describe all these things about this alter ego. Name this alter ego and give this alter ego a story, and then you should act like this alter ego." And I was just like, "What? No, don't do that." You don't need an alter ego to become the best version of yourself, because then you're still not who you want to be. Your alter ego is who you want to be. You see what I'm saying? You should adapt those characteristics and just be. Don't create a whole entire another compartment in your mind and in your identity, damn near giving yourself a split personality disorder. Use the information of what you want and apply it to yourself. Okay, I'm Ema. I want to be more organized. I want to be more confident. Apply it to yourself. Don't say I'm Ema part 2 over here and Ema part 2 is confident and organized, and so I'm going to act like Ema part 2. No. Just utilize the things that you found out about what it is you want in your future and infuse them into your identity, your core identity. That's all you need to do. Habits turn into reality. I'm going to say this again. Habits are what turn into reality. Habitual thoughts, habitual actions, habitual desires, habitual needs and wants. That's what turns into reality. So I'm not saying that everything is going to need you to act and to control and manipulate, in the physical realm or whatever the case is. But what I am saying is whatever you consistently provide your attention with, because attention is currency. Hey, how you doing, Ken? Attention is currency. Habitually, if you give something your attention, that is what's going to come to be. That is what's going to come to pass. And I know that this is so cliche, and you hear this in religion, you hear this in spirituality, you hear this in science, you hear this in everything, but that's literally, quite literally, how true it is. Where attention goes, energy flows. And energy, when energy is infused into something, It becomes real. Things start to become real. It's not just in your journal anymore. It's not just in your vision board anymore. It's not just in your phones, in your notes section anymore. It's real. Millions of dollars is real. The love of your life is real. Your dream physique is real. All of this is real. And so that's why I feel like if you naturally stand out, if you have always been a misfit, or you've always felt like, I'm just not like everybody else and I don't know what it is, but I just can't seem to blend in. I can't seem to fit in. And you're consistently like in this space of like, damn, am I doing it right? Whatever it is, whatever industry you're in or whatever, you're doing for work or school or whatever it is that you're trying to attain. If you're doing it the way that works best for you, you're doing it right. Okay? And that applies to everything. I'm not even going to sit up here and break that down because there's no way for me to break it down. That applies to everything. If you're doing it in a way that best suits you and you're still getting it done, you're still getting to the goal, you're doing it right. You don't have to accustom to anything. You don't have to assimilate to anything. You don't have to bend and warp yourself and who your core self is into anything or anyone else. So yeah, that's kind of like my very like calm little baby rant about relatability being trending again. Regular people, average Joes, people who claim, "Oh, I'm basic. I'm this, I'm that. I'm not that special." Okay. Well, you're not in my target audience. You're not in my target audience. Like I'm not targeting the regular Joes. I'm not targeting the basic Bettys. I'm not targeting them. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Cuz I can't relate. Because I've never been given the space or the opportunity to just be regular. Um Not even that I wanted it, but just because like it feels uncomfortable to try to be regular. It feels uncomfortable to try to be average, to try to fit in. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel natural and organic. Um, and that may be alluding to my experience as a woman, as a black woman, as a black person. Um, what other identifiers do I have? As a Pisces, as a 3-5 profile human design generator. There's just no way. As an INFJ, I never feel like I fit in. And I think, like I said, I know that that is my superpower. I know that that is why I'm attracting the people that I'm attracting because I was never designed to fit in. I was never designed to be regular. I was never designed to be average. I was never designed to just be this boring. You know what? Let me not say boring because that is offensive. Yeah, I told y'all I'm learning how to be more empathetic because empathy is a skill, whether y'all want to believe it or not. I would say I never wanted to or could relate to being a part of the herd, a part of the wave, right? And so, yeah, I've been punished for that. I've been celebrated for that. And that's just life. I kind of enjoy it now. I enjoy standing out. I enjoy not, rolling with what everyone else is rolling with. It feels good now. At first, it was uncomfortable. It was scary. I didn't know what to say or how to do it or how to be it. It was just a mess. I was a mess a long time ago, and probably still am a little bit. But that's my charm. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's how I feel about relatability and regularness trending again. It's a comfort zone. People made you feel like you being your unique self was too hard and you weren't doing it right. People made you feel like being extraordinary was too hard and that you weren't doing it right. I'm an INTJ. Now I know why I like your content. Oh my gosh, David. Okay, so what are some characteristics about yourself that you may see in me as well. I'm always interested in stuff like this. I don't know too much about INTJ and INFJ, but like I know I did the test multiple times, the Myers-Briggs test, if anyone was wondering. And it was very insightful. Every time I look it up, it's so insightful. I feel so validated. And as I grow, my personality results switch back and forth between INTJ and INFJ. My most recent was INFJ. Before that was INTJ a couple of times. And then my very first time ever doing it was INFJ. So I'm back at INFJ. So, like, what are some characteristics that we might have in common? I would love to know. Because I don't really meet a lot of INFJs or INTJs. Like, very rare people. Like, y'all do not be outside. We do not be outside. I'm learning a lot about human design too lately. It's very fascinating. Um, I was thinking about infusing that into my content, but I don't know. I don't want to be like tied down to human design because that is a very niche community, okay? And they will clock you with no efforts. So I don't know, like I might like make a couple of videos about it, specifically about my human design type because I don't really know much about any other ones. I know projectors get tired easily and they need a lot of naps. I don't know much about any other ones. Manifestors, I think manifestors or reflectors have like no defined gates or something. Let's see. You are straightforward. Check. Hold on. It keeps fading away. You are straightforward. I'm learning to be more empathetic too. We are rebels. We don't like small talk. We don't stand fake people. And I believe that what you think is going to affect your life. Oh my goodness. Are we twins? Stop. It's giving we are twins. Wow. That is literally if I had to summarize my personality, that would be like the gist of it, to be honest. Um and I've been this way for a while, but I just never really talked about it with other people. It's always just like been circling around my own brain, and I was the only person who could really make sense of it because I was the only one who had access to that information about myself. I used to hate talking about myself for a long time too because I didn't receive like external validation that like it was acceptable when I was younger to be like how I am. It was either you're rude or you're not supposed to say that or you don't question that or speak when spoken to or stay in a child's place or like, so I just stopped talking for a long time. And here we are with a mic on the internet doing the exact opposite of what I've been told to do my whole entire life. So yeah. One thing I don't do anymore though, because I used to like word vomit a lot, is I don't talk anymore when I have nothing to say. Like if there is nothing, especially if I don't have anything nice to say, and not even nice, if I don't have anything respectful or like kind or like something foundationed in love and ingenuity, if I don't have anything to say that's sourced from that, I'm just gonna be quiet. I'm just gonna be quiet. Cause like my mom told me, like my words can be cutting, especially when there's emotion behind my words. Um, so yeah. And it's funny because like people love that about me. Like I had no idea that me not necessarily cussing people out, but me like speaking in such a matter of fact way was going to motivate and inspire people to be the best version of themselves. Like what an ironic twist of events. Like my cousin was literally like, not you going viral on the internet cussing people out so they can be better versions of themselves. Like that is so you coded. And I was like, that is so me coded. Because Lord knows I want the world to evolve and transcend and become the best version of themselves. But it's just like I'm speaking from a place of frustration and passion and just really just authentic fire. I get lit up inside. You feel me? So that's the way I see it. I see the topic of personal development and self development and manifestation and, like, all of that. I see that as energy. And when I'm talking about that, it's generating more energy and electricity in my body, right? And so the more that I talk about it, the more that I generate electricity and passion and fire in my body, my voice gets louder. I start speaking more matter of factly and more like tersely. Am I even using that word right? Tersely. Let me look up terse. Terse. Definition. Being brief and to the point. Okay, so yes, I am using it properly. Concise, a terse summary. So yeah, um that's how I speak when I'm speaking about something that ignites me, and it just like I get excited and loud. Um and obviously that's not meant for everybody to consume. Everybody can't take that. And so that's why my target audience is who my target audience is. Y'all know that I'm doing it from a place of love, and I'm not trying to violate or disrespect or demean or anything like that. I am an INTJ, but it contradicts itself. I taught for 20 years, but I was tough on my students and didn't let them have excuses. Oh my goodness. This is me, because like, and it's not even because you're like a bad person or like you're mean. It's because if you can see somebody else's potential, if you can see somebody else's greatness and how amazing and capable and talented and skilled they are, and they're not seeing it, it is one of the most frustrating experiences. I don't know, y'all. Like, when you want the greater good for the world, and a lot of the world, not even a lot, but like some of the world just doesn't want to see it, that's what I think ignites that fire and passion in me. I'm that part of motivation. I'm not the soft spoken, real gentle, pat motivation. I'm the, you've been in a bed for 3 fucking days. There's literally nothing keeping you in the fucking bed. Your bike's over there. Your running shoes are over there. Your gym membership just took a subscription out of your account. What are you going to do about it? I'm here to give you solutions. We are here to fix shit. We're here to get shit done in the most efficient way possible. We are not here to fuck around, okay? That's the kind of motivation I am. Like, I don't see how I'm not gonna say I don't see how people can wallow in their self-pity, but what I will say is I I don't understand how people continue to do it. Um and I know Dr. Joe Dispenza said that people can be addicted to their trauma and their survival skills and all of that. Oh my goodness, Adara, hey honey bunny. But yeah, like, I don't know, like, so I guess that does check out. INTJs and INFJs are very terse, straight to the point. Hey, you know, you and I both know that you're lying to yourself, and you've been lying to yourself for the past 3 years. So what are we gonna do? This is why I love the generators in my life. Yes! Not me having this much energy right now. Y'all, I'm not gonna promise this, but I'm very motivated. There's this creator on here named Nyla or Nara, Nala, Nyla or Nala or Nara, Nyla or Nala. She's been going live like every day, and she inspired me to kind of like go live a little bit more frequently, because this content, like, this is the kind of content that I love doing, because like, it's genuine and authentic and intimate engagement with you guys. We get to form these authentic bonds and connections with each other via discussing experiences and sharing our perspective on the world. And I quite literally learn from other people's experiences. I'm the kind of person who, like, you literally don't have to tell me twice, okay? I'm the kind of girl where, like, I learn. Yeah, but I learned by trial and error, but also if somebody else learned the lesson for me, I'm gonna learn from that person's lesson and not do the thing. You see what I'm saying? And I think that, like, a lot of people have projections of me. Oh, like, you're so lucky. You just always get this. You always do that. Like, you always have the best luck. No, I just learn. I learned so much from other people's mistakes. From other people's dating experiences, I've learned so much on how to date. I don't have to experience all the negativity and the trauma for me to learn my lesson. I've learned it when you went through it. I learned it when you got your divorce. I learned it when you got pregnant by somebody that you actually didn't love. Like, I learned from everybody else. Like, I don't have to go through it myself to learn the lesson. I get it. I think that's another thing about like empathy. Or is it sympathy for me? If you're on the phone with somebody and they feel sad and then you feel their sadness, is that empathy or sympathy? Let's look it up. I'm gonna look up the difference. Sympathy. Because like I be feeling people's feelings and it's icky. I don't like it. That's why when people come to me about the same problem over and over again, it pisses me off. Do not do that. Oh my goodness, the rage. The rage. I don't think y'all understand. It is the most frustrating experience for somebody to come to you with the same problem and ask you for advice about the same thing that you already gave advice on. Sympathy versus empathy. Sympathy is acknowledging someone else's pain, but empathy is choosing to feel the pain with them. Okay, so I guess I suppose I've been practicing a little of Adair says empathy. Okay, so yeah, so I actually feel the emotion. And sometimes it's not like they say and choose, but like it's not even really by choice. Sympathy is more feeling bad for someone, not with someone. Oh, that makes more sense. That checks out. Like, I don't think you were here earlier, Adara, when I was talking about how I had a really toxic friend and she would constantly go back to this guy who mistreated her, but she would always come to me and dump all of the trauma and like the feelings and the experiences. She would dump it onto me, and she would do it so much to the point where I started to have dreams about her and her man, like their toxic, like their arguments, their fights. Like I would have dreams. So her trauma penetrated my subconscious, and I took her trauma to bed with me. And so that's why I say, like, with the whole empathy thing, it's a freaking skill because you have to learn how to filter out other people's and not necessarily poor intentions, but like very misplaced emotions. She was using me as a container. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. It was bad. It was to the point where like one time we were driving and she's like, "Oh, I found this girl's number, his phone. I'm gonna drive by his house. Are you gonna come with me?" Mind you, I don't have a choice. I'm already in the car with her. Come with me. I gotta drive by his house and see. I'm gonna throw a brick in his car window. If I see it's a girl out there, da, da, da. I'm like, oh my fucking goodness. In that moment, I was like, I'm never gonna talk to this girl again. Like in that, like as I was in the car with her, I said, this is the last time that this woman will ever see me. This is the last time I will ever call her my friend. She will never have access to me ever again. Not in person, not virtually, no, there's no way that I'm in this situation right now. And I really just kind of had to sit there and look like I let her into my space. Like she's always been this way. She's never not been who she is right now. I overlooked it because I'm like, no, you gotta be a girl's girl. You gotta be supportive. Da, 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 da. Like I was going through the motions in my mind. That energy came with me to the astral. Why you telling my business? Not it was you too. Girl, it was bad. I was having dreams about this. I was waking up with heartache. My heart I felt it came to the point where I started to feel when that man was cheating. It was so bad. And that's why I say like when people are dumping on you, they are not even realizing that they are being emotionally abusive. That's if you know that you're going to go back to that man, don't even tell me. I'm like I've become that kind of friend. And now I know like not every woman is going to be able to take that kind of friend, but I am that kind of friend now because I have dealt with the emotional and spiritual aftermath of dealing with a friend who uses you as a dumping container. Just a dumping. She just dumps. No respect for you or your emotional well-being, no respect for if you have any space mentally or emotionally for that. Like it was really really bad. Like I'm like sorry I keep saying that, but I'm just like I just keep slowly realizing how freaking toxic and bad that was. See, and here I am on your live thanking you for living that lesson because I have never been through that and before and will make sure I never exactly. You don't now you don't have to learn the lesson. You see how beautiful life is? You see how beautiful taking mental initiative is? Like that was intense. Not me flashing back. That was an intense friendship. But in my late 20s, I am relearning what adult female friendship is like because for a long time for me it was so easy for either me or the other party to just be like, you know what, fuck it, like we don't have to be friends, like I don't da, 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 da. Over very small stuff that we could have just had a discussion about. We could have just sat down and talked to each other. We could have went out and got mimosas and been like, hey, we need to put this on the table, let's talk about it. um and it's all, I guess, for fear of rejection, or all for fear of not feeling heard, or all for fear of your ego being, I don't know, punctured. Naima going the live talk. Yeah. Hey, Ghost Rider. Yeah, we're live. And I think I'm going to go live again tomorrow too. And probably the day after that too. I'm just feeling very. I don't know, y'all. It's something in the air, something in the water. I feel very, very, very called to go live consistently right now. So I'm just going to do it. I feel inspired. But yeah, earlier we were just talking about how right now relatable is trending again. People are going from being their amazing and unique and misfit selves to going back to being ordinary, basic, boring, unimpressive selves, which they never were in the first place. It's just comfortable there, it's safe there because when you are ordinary and when you are average and when you are regular and basic, um, no one's gonna see you. No one can see you enough to perceive you and have an opinion about you or scrutinize you. And I think that that is a cop out. I think that it's bullshit. I think that I hate the fact that ordinary and regular and relatable are trending right now because I think that we're going to have to reignite people's unique identities. We're going to have to like go through this second birth period of unique identities, and it just pisses me off. It just gives me emotions, y'all. I don't know why. Like I don't want us to go back down this freaking hole of normalcy. What the hell even is that? What's the biggest lesson that you have learned that has helped you with your manifestation journey and ultimately just life as a young adult? Ooh, that's a good one. Hold on. You're giving see me energy for sure. Yeah. 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 It's time to be seen, okay? Biggest lesson you learned to help you in my artistic journey. The biggest lesson that I have learned. Ooh, this is a good one. Okay, so I want to say the biggest lesson I've learned in regards to manifestation and just like deliberately creating my life has been knowing it was always going to happen. And that's the funny part. Like it was always going to happen. I just released a short video recently. Like if you put it on the vision board, that sealed the deal right there. If you put it in the journal, if you put it into God's ears, if you prayed about it and requested it, that sealed the deal right there. You already signed a dotted line for it to be delivered. It's just a matter of what do you do in between now and then. And I think this space in between now and then for when it arrives, that's the most confusing bit for people because this whole entire little segue right here, this transitional space that we are in, it's uncomfortable because we can perceive physically that we don't have said thing that we want, right? but there's this inkling that it's still going to come, or there's this inkling that, oh, God's still going to deliver, or of course that's what's going to happen, but it's just like, oh, I don't see it. And so since I'm not, my sight and my senses are not validated by the presence of this thing in the physical and material world, then it must not be coming. Or is it? Or is it? And you keep going back and forth with, is it coming? It's not coming. Is it coming? It's not coming. Or, oh, I must have did something for it to not come. Oh, I must have did something for it to be delayed. When in all reality, it doesn't matter what you do. It's going to arrive regardless. And that's the biggest lesson that I've learned. And so let's say you put an address in a GPS, right? And you're on the way to this destination, but you hit a speed bump, or you hit what is it? A pothole. Is that going to stop you from getting to where you have to go? No. It's just a speed bump. You noticed it. It sucks. And it may have slowed you down a little bit, but you're still going to get to McDonald's or wherever it is you're trying to go. And I feel like a lot of us, as simple and cliche as that may sound, that is quite literally how simple it is. People who are really intelligent and super smart, they are exposed to too many variables, too many outcomes. They've done the analysis on every single outcome in life, and they've done this step-by-step planning and strategizing process in their minds, and they think that that's how complicated life is. But in all reality, it's just about where you started and where you're headed in the path in between. That's it. Damn, got me with that one. I just watched the short before you mentioned it and commented, like, you so real with that one. Yeah, it's the truth. Like, I feel like we just kind of, we forget that the destination, like, you put the address in there, you're going to get to the address. For an example, I want 100,000 subscribers. Okay. I'm at 5,000, right? I don't see, when I log into YouTube, do I see 100,000 subscribers on my dashboard? No, I don't. But I know I'm going to get there. And I keep saying, I know I'm going to get there soon, because in my spirit, I know I'm going to get there soon. I know for a fact that 100,000 people are going to be subscribed to my YouTube channel before or by the end of this year. Now, how exactly that's going to happen, I don't know. But what I do keep doing is I keep posting. I keep engaging. I keep going live. I keep connecting and communicating with you guys. I keep on responding to emails because I really genuinely enjoy getting to know you guys. And I enjoy getting to know the kind of content that you guys are creating and what platforms you're building out there. You know what I'm saying? That is something, that is me being myself, an outlier, an outstanding person who didn't really have the biggest support system when I first started. I mean, I had 6 subscribers. I'm going to say that again. I had 6 subscribers in January. And now I have like 5,000. So, and mind you, all I wanted by March was, all I wanted was 1,000 subscribers. I said, okay, I could do 1,000 by March. Then boom, 5,000. And so that's why, like, when I be asking for stuff, I'm like, this or better. Because I know that God can do better. I know that the universe can do better. I know that, like, the creative magnetism that I have within me can do better. It doesn't matter if someone unfollows me. It doesn't matter if someone unsubscribes. It doesn't matter if I ever get canceled. God got me, okay? And I got God, and that's going to be always and forever. Always and forever. And since you already know that, since you already know, exactly, since you already know God's going to do you a better one, just enjoy the ride. Enjoy the drinks. Enjoy the food. Enjoy the experience. Enjoy falling up and getting back up. And listen, I said falling up, falling down and getting back up. Enjoy it. Enjoy the mistakes, because now you're like, now, because this is how I think. Anytime I fuck up or I make a mistake or I do something that's not perfect, I have to laugh. I have to laugh because now I'm like, ugh. And to think like this is happening and I'm still going to succeed. This unfortunate thing, or this thing that I didn't want to happen, or this thing that I would have been embarrassed about before, like, this just happened, and to think I'm still going to succeed. I'm still going to get what it is that I want. I'm still going to become the person that I want. I'm still going to have access to the resources and the power and the knowledge and the wisdom of God, of the universe. Regardless of the naysayers, the haters, regardless of people projecting their limitations onto me, I'm still going to succeed. You speaking my language, friend. Me and Adara. Sierra, hey, honey bun, thank you. Y'all, me and Adara have the most insightful and like just mentally and spiritually stimulating conversations. If you think that these conversations that we have on this live broadcast are good, you have no idea. One day I want to get Adara. Ooh, I have an announcement also, but I'm gonna wait. One day I want to get Adara on here. I'm gonna go live together and we're just gonna talk. We're just gonna shoot the shit and just keep it real organic and authentic. But announcement. I have been asked, I want to say, I don't even know how many times now. I'm not going to lie and like say a random number, but like every single, under a lot of my videos and in a few of my lives, I have been asked repeatedly, are you going to start a podcast? And at first I used to be like, and this was definitely self-judgment, guys. I was like, no, I don't want to be a podcast girl. No, I don't want to, no, podcast. I don't want to. But like, why not? Why not? It's less work than a video. You know, you gotta do all these visual effects and you gotta put numbers and text and letters and da 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 and color graded and blah blah blah. No, and I'm not really in a space to do that right now. Like, I just really want to get to the point where I can hire somebody to edit all my videos. That's the goal. Until then, y'all just got me, so y'all gonna take what you can get. All we care about is the message for the most part. But yeah, I'm going to be dropping a podcast. I want to debut my podcast on Thursday. That is the goal. And I'm so happy that there are only a few people in here because I still kind of want it to be a little bit of a surprise. So you guys are kind of getting like this behind the scenes, like first person intel on this podcast. And the name of it is going to be a surprise. It's a really good name though. Like when I thought of it, I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. Like I'm geeks, y'all. Like look at my cheeks. Chill out, chill out, chill out, chill out, chill out, chill out. Um I'm just really excited because there's so many things that we've been talking about in the comments together, and I've been wanting like our community to grow and expand somewhere, but I just didn't know like how to do it. I didn't want it to be like in a Discord or like a group message or a Facebook group, like because those always end up drying up and getting crispy and dusty and people stop responding and people stop posting in them. And I want us to be able to congregate somewhere where it is like alive and it is a place that is consistently poured into, right? And that's why I like going live on YouTube because it's just us. Like it's not thousands of random people having access to our space. Like it's just us. We know what we're coming here for. And we always leave fed. We always feel recharged when we're done having these conversations in these live broadcasts. And that's what I want. Like it's so pure. And so that's why I like coming on here and going live. So yeah. Low key thought you already had a podcast. Everybody says that. And that's why it's like, I'm like, it's destined. And people were asking me this when I used to go live on this app called Bigo. I don't know if you guys know about Bigo, but it's a purely streaming app. And people be like, what's the name of your podcast? What's the name of your podcast? And I'm realizing people actually like purely audio content. I didn't really know that until I start listening to podcasts. And I'm like, if I'm a podcast listener, there has to be other people like me out there. So why wouldn't I start a podcast? I have so many things to say, so many discussions to have, and it's time. So this week we're dropping, almost said the name of my podcast. We're dropping the podcast on Thursday. It's the mic. I think it's the mic, yeah. It's such good quality, y'all. This mic was only like $35, $36 on Amazon. And it's on sale right now for $28.99. Okay, so my Amazon storefront, if you want to check it out, don't be scared. Even if you feel like you might seem cringe, Just try it out. Have fun. You don't even have to post the stuff. Just experiment with it. You never know where it's going to take you. You could just use it for audio diaries. But yeah, I think that it's going to be a nice change of pace for us around here. You guys are probably going to be receiving more content if I start a podcast because I could talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, but I don't like no shade to people who do this, but like I don't want to come on here looking raggedy. Like I don't want to come on here looking tired. I don't want to come on here looking busted. I don't want to come on here looking like I just got my ass whooped with a bonnet hanging off my head. Like I just don't. That's just not my personality. Um, I'm a Leo rising. Okay. So we have to at least look a little put together. Like this is my like chill look. Like this is, we got a little brow filled in, you know what I'm saying? Little lip gloss, little mascara, not doing too much, but just enough. Just enough. A little concealer, a little powder. You know what I'm saying? But I want to have more quality connections and dialogues. And so I feel like if we take away the visual for some of my content, not all, but if I take away some of the visual, it'll allow me to flow more authentically, flow more organically. You know what I mean? Girl, because some days I'm like, oh, I have so much to say right now, but I literally look crazy. I look like I just got beat up in the alley. What is this? I wouldn't even watch this. I'll be going live on TikTok, but YouTube might be better. It's a vibe for exactly. See, that's the thing. This is what I've learned about YouTube. And this is why it's like such a blessing that I found this out in December. YouTube is like your own social media platform. Like in this small corner of the internet, we have the community post tab. So like that's where I'm posting all those like text posts or sometimes pictures and we can chat in there. We have live broadcasts with just our people. We can chat in here. We have the long form videos. We have the short form videos as well, right? And now they're even including like shopping like links underneath the video. So you could literally post to your store. So if you sell products, whether they be physical or digital products, post them like directly under your video and they can literally buy them while they're watching your YouTube video. Like this is my own Facebook or my own little version of TikTok or my own little version of like whatever. And it's all my brand. It's all me. It's all my stream of consciousness. It's like I am the brand. And so that's why I'm like, bruh, I should have been on this YouTube shit a long time ago. Like, ain't nobody tell me nothing. Y'all ain't tell me nothing. Why y'all didn't tell me nothing? But yeah, that's how I feel. So I think that expanding my portfolio with a little podcast action is going to not only make it easier for us to connect and be more intimate, communication wise, guys, um, but I think that it's also going to provide more like passive income opportunities. Also, your girl is officially monetized and officially earning passive income. Bravo, bravo. Thank you, self. Thank you, self. So I'm excited about that because like I love waking up to more money, even though it's like 20 something dollars for now. That's okay. We're just getting started. The show is just getting started. And for those who are looking to like create their own platform or create their own community, just start. Just start. Start raggedy. Even with the busted bonnet, whatever. I mean, if that's your brand, go crazy. Because you're going to find your people. Your people are going to find you. Your people are going to find you. And they're going to love you for it. They're going to eat it up like breakfast, like brunch. My people, I don't think, and you know what's crazy? Do I think that my appearance plays into some of the people that I attract? Absolutely. But I know that like how I look is not why people are staying on my platform. I know that for a fact. Um, because like, do I get, oh, you're pretty, Ema. Oh, you're so pretty. Oh, you're gorgeous, Ema. Oh, yeah, occasionally, but more than anything, and when I say I manifested this, these are my favorite compliments when people compliment my mind, my message, and my energy. I I blush and swoon. I'm just like, oh, stop. No, oh my God. Like, because like that's what I value the most. My mind, my energy, my time, um, my message. That's what I value the most. And so like when somebody say they value my mind or my message, like it's almost like telling somebody that they have a big booty. Or like, girl, is your booty getting big? Like, and people are like, oh, me, stop. No. That's how I feel when people talk about talk about my content. So that's how I know like this is really my calling. This is really my calling. I'm really doing something that I was ordained to do. And I don't see this stopping no time soon. I only see myself expanding and growing and relishing and loving and connecting and connect. Well, I said it connecting already, but just continuing to build a community. So I'm really excited about that. I can't wait to drop this podcast. Um, and I know that like, and you guys are gonna learn like eventually, but I'm the kind of person who is very trial and error. I like to try things and fail at them. I like to fuck up and bounce up again and try something new and go back to the other thing and da 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 da. So bear with me because, like I said, obviously, like this whole podcast situation, this was destined to happen because I've waited the longest to do this. I've thought about this the hardest, and I've been told to do it the most because people see me already doing the things that are required for a podcast, doing more than what's required for a podcast. And so it's like, oh, not only will this like add to my platform, but it's literally going to take off a lot of work on my plate. Video editing. I feel you, especially when it comes to my content. Yeah. So I'm really excited about that. Thank you, Green Vegan. And I don't know. I cannot wait, y'all. I cannot wait. I'm so geeked. I will be doing more of these live broadcasts because I feel like it's built-in content. I don't have to think too hard. I don't have to script it or not because I don't really script my videos. I really just be bullet pointing and then I'll talk about the bullet points. But I don't have to do that. I can just really get on here, express my mind and my thoughts and really like just set the intention to help, set the intention to clarify for you guys, set the intention to inspire thought and stimulation in your mind. That is my goal. I never want anyone to agree with me. I want to stimulate thought. I want to stimulate original thoughts in your mind because there are things in your mind that can only be triggered by where you organically and naturally end up. And I it never fails every time someone ends up on my platform or my page or my live. It's because of something random. Like, oh, I was scrolling and boom, or oh, I saw your title and I scrolled back to it and I saved it for later and I went back and watched the video and then boom, this happened for me or da 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 da. Are we not going to get the visual? Oh no, we are still getting visuals. It's just every now and then I'm going to upload a podcast episode that doesn't have any, that's just audio. So I'm still going to be doing what I'm doing now, but there are going to be some podcast episodes that don't have any video. And I feel like it's going to be like the ones where I'm just like, you know what? I feel inspired right now. I'm just going to drop a podcast episode. Like I don't have time to like create a whole video, but I'm going to drop one. We can always watch the replay. Exactly. Um, but no, so most of my content is still going to be very heavily visual, but those moments, those moments where you're like, "Oh, write that down, write that down, write that down." That's what I'm going to stop, drop and record the audio. Unless I'm looking good, then y'all might get a visual just because. But yeah, most of my content is going to continue to be visual. Continue to be videos. I'm going to start also trying to do vlogs. Vlogs for me are really hard, you guys. I'm going to get over that hump though. It's just a speed bump. I've always wanted to be one of those girlies who does a vlog, a talking head video, a vlog, a talking head video, and let's flip flop back and forth. But we're going to get there, y'all. This is just a speed bump. Do you write out what to say before you film, or it's just raw, turn the camera on and talk? So I write, it's not necessarily that I write out what I'm going to say. I write out what I'm going to talk about. So today for this live broadcast, for an example, just noticing how like relatable is trending and being regular is trending and it's annoying me. I just wrote down what are the key characteristics of myself that make me stand out. And I kind of elaborated on them a little bit in bullet points, but I didn't type out a whole entire script because I can't be myself if I'm reading a script. Like, at least not yet. Like, I'm not that amazing of an actress, okay? Um, and I find that when I'm being authentic and raw, that even more clarity and more thoughts come to me like in the moment. And so those are the gems that tend to be dropped the most in my videos, is because I'm just being myself. It's just raw thoughts. It's just raw thoughts, baby. Stop complaining. We don't care. Just do it. JK. I know. Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, damn, like, how am I going to make this interesting? Because, like, I don't want to just upload, like, this little dusty humdrum vlog that I've tried to do multiple times before and people didn't really, like, bite onto it. I'm just going to do it, like, organically, I think. I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to try to make it too perfect. I'm just going to do it how I do everything else. And that's just like, just go for it. Just dive in. Just try it. Just try it. I see all these cinematic ass vlogs with these visuals and this amazing high-tech color grading. And even I experience what is it called again, guys? Imposter syndrome sometimes. Even I experience that sometimes, but I think that what for the most part at least, what tends to affect me is after I'm done creating it and me like reflecting on it and like viewing it. So sometimes I have to post and run away. Post and go. Post and turn your phone off. It's like sex. The more you do it, the better you get. Exactly. Exactly. I mean, creating for me does kind of like feel like that. It's very rewarding. So yeah, that's what we're going to do, guys. I did also kind of want to do like a Q&A towards the end of this, which we are kind of towards the end of this. If you guys were interested, I'm not sure what you would have questions about. I did want to drop some good news though. I remember the last broadcast we did, and after this, you can ask whatever you want. But I remember exactly, Sierra. I remember the last live broadcast we did. I made everybody set an intention for last Sunday. For this Sunday that just passed, I mean. So yeah, this was last Sunday. We had set an intention for the week that just passed, and we said how we wanted to feel, and what we wanted to do, you know. And I said I want to feel accomplished. I said I want to feel as though I'm getting closer to my goals on my social media platforms. Y'all, why did I start going viral on one of the hardest apps to go viral on? Instagram. Mind you, they was barely giving me 10, 11, 13 likes. And when I was posting regularly. Now, out of nowhere, I'm getting thousands of views and hundreds of likes. And this was on Sunday. I kid you not. So, setting that intention last Sunday, we all generated that power and that energy together in this room, in this very room, in this very live broadcast. We all generated that energy together. We all set those intentions together, and we all started to see the fruits and the results of that intention. And so I want to do that again today. If you guys are interested in doing an intention setting, let me know in the comments. Because I don't want to just do it for no reason. Like, I want us to all be very present when we do this. I want y'all to see how powerful it is to group together our energy and our intentions and our forward thinkingness. Energetics will beat the algorithm every time. Woo! My God is an awesome God. Okay? My God is an awesome God. So, okay, let's do it. So let's set an intention. So this week, so this time next week, which is what? Monday. Matter of fact, let's see what date Monday is. Monday is April 1st. Something's getting delivered on April 1st, y'all. So let's set an intention. So my intention for this week My intention is to feel, ooh, I already did accomplished. I need to think about this one. Okay. My intention, ooh, this is a good one. My intention is to feel empowered by my platform. My intention is to also create original content that is sourced from me and no one else. Cause I like to be inspired by other people, but I want to, and that's most of my content is just being sourced from me. But like how I structure things and how I do things, like editing and stuff, it's like inspired by other people. I want something so original and so eye catching to come from myself, right? And it to be so uniquely me. Like that's Ema. Like you know it's Ema when you see that neon green, right? Most of my friends and family, they send me, "Oh, she got neon green just like you." Da, da, da." Like it's like people are it's like programmed into their minds now. When they see that neon green or neon yellow green or whatever, that's Ema. I want maybe what like my titles of my videos or my thumbnails. I don't know. I don't care what it is. Like I just want to I want it to be like known. And I want the evidence of it to be known, like to be through like the likes or the comments or the amount of subscribers I have to go up or the amount of followers I have or my social media platforms being interconnected. So somehow my TikTok following finding my YouTube, my Instagram following finding my YouTube or vice versa. You know, like I want something to really just take off. Like just like that night when I hit 5K subscribers out of nowhere. I want another, just a random explosion. I love that because I love waking up and being like, I knew it. I knew it. I knew you was doing something in the kitchen. I love that I just discovered your channel. I really enjoy your content and have been motivated to unsubscribe from any channels that do not serve me mentally, spiritually, emotionally, or physically. Come on, coveting thyself, coveting thy spirit, coveting thy energy, coveting that thy mind. Yes. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you so much. Zen 10. Yes. Yes. Oh my god, that was powerful. Are we gonna check back in on the first? Oh yes, we're checking back in on the first. My signature, yes, Adira. Your IG page is lit. Thank you. Girl, those last two reels, I was like, where did this even come from? Like, and then I was like, oh yeah. God ain't gonna never disappoint. So don't act surprised. Act grateful. And so I was just like, thank you guys for getting my views up to thousands. Thank you. Cause I knew that was gonna happen. I just didn't know when. Um I kind of received a thought today where I was like, this girl was like, well, being surprised, by your blessings is a natural emotion. And I'm like, yes, that is true if you ain't never had shit. But if you are familiar with God's generosity, like waking up, you're not gonna be like, oh, thank God I woke up. Woo, woo, woo. Oh my goodness, I'm so surprised I woke up. Because, I mean, waking up is a blessing, but you're not surprised. Sometimes y'all don't even give a damn that y'all woke up. Y'all just get up and go about y'all day. Y'all not thanking God then. So it's like when I receive blessings, I move emotionally with a gratitude and a knowingness. That's the emotion that I've been begun to project when something big happens. When that 5,000 subscribers came, I was like, okay, we on to something. I know that's right. Yes, like that's us. Like, yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, love you, love you. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Like, I was just feeling, I was fueled by gratitude. I was like, oh my God, I didn't think it was going to happen. Like, that would be very fake of me to act like that. That's not me. I know God gonna bless me. I know I'm God. I'm the one who put the address in the GPS. Of course we're gonna get there. I'm the one who put it on my vision board. Of course I'm gonna get there. I'm not surprised. So yeah. Um, I want another pop. I want another excitement pop. Now there's excitement, but surprise? You're surprised that God loves you? You're surprised that God's going to bless you? You're surprised? You're shocked? And shock is born from ignorance. Shock is born from the lack of knowledge. Surprise is born from the lack of knowledge, the lack of perception, the lack of awareness. So I wouldn't be surprised or shocked anymore about your blessings. I would be more so accepting, grateful, excited, elated. When I wake up, I always thank the divine creator for my existence and every breath that I take. Yes. And it don't matter if it's a quick 3 seconds. Ooh, thank you, God. Or just say it in your head, mumble it, whisper it. I don't know. But I've made it a habit to be grateful every single time I wake up and just say thank you. Thank you, universe. Ooh, thank you. That was some amazing rest. Whatever. I don't know. Whatever. Say whatever. It takes 2 seconds. Just say it and see how your life starts changing real fast. Even if you're not religious. Because I'm not religious, but I am I have a very good relationship with God. Very good relationship with God. Me and God are locked in. Okay. I'm going to upload a video speaking about mental health. That's a passion of mine. I got a week to do it. You got a week to do it. And guess what, babe? It doesn't even have to be long. It can be 5 minutes. It could be a short, it could be a TikTok. I'm just saying, take 2 steps and the rest is dealt with. Every single time. It never fails. It never fails. I will give you on another example of take 2 steps and the rest is dealt with. The rest is handled. My homegirl, Gigi, she has a podcast. It's called The Nice Girl Revolt. Okay. She is an amazing, amazing speaker. Like when she speaks, you just feel compelled to just start moving and grooving and getting things done, right? But she never had the equipment for it. She didn't have a mic. You could hear things in the back. Like it was good quality. She has a very clear voice, but you could tell she needed a mic, but she was doing what she could with what she had. And so one morning, and this was quite literally, I want to say like 3 days ago. Well, I'm saying one morning, like it was a long time ago. I was like, I woke up that one morning. I was like, I'm gonna send her a mic. I'm about to order her a mic right now on Amazon. Like I just felt compelled to do it. I felt convicted, and I called her. I was like, Gigi, send me your address right now. Like I feel convicted to do something. I'm sending you something, and I know that because she's the kind of person like, no, you don't have to do that. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Let people do stuff for y'all. Okay, this is a lesson learned indirectly. Okay, that you don't have to go through. Let people do things for you, especially if they are adding to your dreams, your goals, and your passions. Um, I was like, yeah, just give me your address. I'm going to send you something and it's going to be in the mail. It's going to be delivered either by the end of the day today or tomorrow. And she got the mic and she sent me a video bawling her eyes out, crying. She was like, I just was praying about this, about how I know I need a mic and I know I need all these resources in order to get this, platform and social media started, but I didn't have it and I just started with what I had. I saw Gigi working. I saw her getting it fucking done. I saw herself putting herself out there and I felt compelled to just send her the mic. I know she could probably afford it if she wanted to, but it was just like she had to think about, oh, my daughter this and I got to pay for that and da 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 da. And to just be the person to like take that pressure off your shoulders and like take that, it's just one less thing that you have to really worry about, like being a obstacle for you. That's what I'm in the business of doing. Like I said in my story earlier or yesterday, like I'm in the business of uplifting other women and men too, of course, but like I know for a fact that that was dropped in me. And like it's probably like, of course it's naturally in me to be generous and to want to help other people. Yes, but like the way that I was filled, like I felt like a fire rushing out of me. Like I could not get to Amazon fast enough. I could not open that app fast enough to go add that damn mic to my cart. I called her 2 times because I was like, damn, her phone must be on do not disturb. Like, that's how much I needed her address so that I could send her this mic as soon as possible. And I want to tell y'all that is how God works through other people. Simple dimple. That is how inspired action works through other people. I just posted a video about that. There are steps in life that you will take that you're not even going to realize was inspired action until after you do it. And once I pressed checkout, I realized the sequence of events that happened. Gigi had been on the fence for a minute about starting her podcast, and once she finally did, and once she only had like what 3 episodes up. All it took was her to make 3 episodes, and I was like, "Oh shit, she really like showing up. She's taking it serious. She's putting herself out there. She's committing." And she's doing a damn good job with what she has. And I said, boop. So that's how I want all of us as a community to start moving. You know what I'm saying? I have a friend named Gigi too, and I need to go see her soon so we can spend time together. Yes, absolutely. It's time to work on our connections this year. This is a year of duality. This is the year of partnerships. This is the year of teams. This is the year of community. It's time to start building your inner circle if you don't already have an inner circle. I'm currently working on building my network, expanding my network, trying to connect with other men and women who are on the same path as me. Oh, come on. There's so much air in my chest. I think it's because I'm talking so fast. I know exactly what fire you're talking about. Back in 2020, when the panini was pressing, God instructed me to distribute $2,000, 2,000 of my dollars to some of his other children in need. So you know that fire, that conviction, you know that feeling that just it's inexplainable. And I feel like a lot of things lately, like feeling wise and emotion wise, have been inexplainable for me because it's just like it can only be sourced from one divine source, like, and that's the most high. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to call the most high. Like, and I'm learning not to question that feeling when it comes because it's always gonna be for the greater good. I know that feeling like the back of my hand now. Like your intuition and your discernment is gonna guide you if you let it. And if you question it, that's okay because God did not give you constructive thinking for no reason. It changed my life. Yes. I feel change. And I know like it was only $36, but like that changed me inside. I felt so fulfilled. I felt so happy as if it was me. Like, I don't know, y'all. Like, I don't know. There's really nothing much to say about it except like that fed me. Giving feeds me. And I want everyone else to know what that feels like. And I feel like a lot of y'all probably already do know what that feels like, but when I say giving feeds me, I quite literally want y'all to know like I want to be a philanthropist. I'm trying to give away cash. I have to go now, Queen, but I'm proud of you. I'm gonna text you this week. Okay, Bookie. Thank you for coming. But yeah, that's kind of like what I've been up to this week, and that is my intention for this week. And I would love to know you guys' intentions that you're setting for this week. How do we want to feel? What's the move this week? I want to see intentions set because when I go live on April 1st and we look back, I really want y'all to analyze like what was the sequence of events that led up to me receiving this. Like this really happened. We're about to see how powerful and magnetic we are. Sorry, guys, if you don't like those noises. I am just so thirsty. Delicious. Did I already forget what my intention was? No, I said I wanted another pop of growth. Mm, mm. My intention is to grow my platform, grow the viewers, grow my target audience. set myself up to be seen by my target audience, locate my target audience, find out where they be hanging out, what kind of music they be listening to. Yeah, that's my intention for this week, is to become more acquainted, more well acquainted with my target audience. Yeah. You know you're doing good when your audience start talking about you to other people. And that's what's been happening to me lately, which, wow, amazing. My intention is to put all of my focus into completely transforming my life through focusing on my vision. Come on, Zenton. My intention is figuring out what I truly want to do with my life. Ooh, I like that. So we are all focusing on clarity. So when put in a position to receive clarity, I want you to say, I am open and I'm committed to receiving clarity on my life and my purpose. I like that. I am open and I am committed to receiving clarity on my life and my purpose. That's actually a journal prompt that I wrote in my journal before I popped off. And let me tell y'all, shit got real clear. Okay. Clarity feels like freedom. I need y'all to know this. Clarity is a drug best served committed to. Because you got to really commit to it. You got to really commit to it. You can't be like, it's not comfortable. You wanted clarity. You wanted to see. You wanted to see your true purpose, your true calling. So now you got to see it. You got to commit to seeing it. My intention is to be consistent and productive. Ooh, consistent and productive. Okay, consistent and productive. I'm live. Oh, never mind. So yeah, I think that like that was my little sister. Start using commitment in your sentences. I like that we're saying my intention is to, but I think if you say I'm committed to, it kind of like triggers a different part of your brain. I don't know what it is. And it trains you. I think it trains you because like coming from somebody who used to have commitment issues. Hip hop Harry voice. Go, 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 go. Who's next? Don't get me started. But like just start implementing commitment. Commitment. I am committed. I am committed to receiving clarity this week. I'm committed to receiving more subscribers this week. I'm committed to receiving more subscribers who have the intentions that match up with my intentions this week. The intention to expand their consciousness, the intention to grow, the intention to develop themselves into the best version of themselves, the intention to turn their knowledge into wisdom, the intention to actually use the knowledge and do the action part. Do the action part out loud and not just in their journal and not just in their planner. That's who I'm committed to attracting. I'm committed to attracting people who do the action part. I like that one. I'm going to write that one down in my journal tonight. Actually, let me write that down right now in my Notion. See, this is how YouTube videos start getting created. Like I start talking like this, just randomly and loosely, and then a gem drops amongst all the mumbling and the cackling. I am committed to attracting more of my target audience whose intention is to do the action part. Yep. Yep, sure am. Per. So yeah, that is today's broadcast. I did not know that this broadcast was going to be 100 and something minutes, but here we are, an hour and a half later. I just want to say I do appreciate you guys for tuning in today. I know that this was like a random broadcast, and like I said, I'm going to try to do either like daily or every other day. We're going to see what we're going to see what we can commit to. Okay? Um and where this takes us. And I'm excited to get more connected to you guys in a very productive and positive way. We will be having another work slash study live broadcast either Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm gonna put up a poll. Probably gonna be Wednesday actually, and it's probably gonna be at nighttime. Um, it could be Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Well, anyway, I'm gonna put up a poll, and you guys are gonna vote. Okay. I know that I normally do it on Sundays, but I think I gotta work on Sundays, so unfortunately not. But yeah, like I said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have any questions, feel free to post on my community board right here on YouTube in our little corner of the internet. And like I always say, I love you, love you, love you guys. And I appreciate you guys for tuning in and participating and engaging and dropping your own personal gems. And I do declare and I do decree that every intention that we've set in this live broadcast will come to pass in our physical and material realities. I love you, love you, love you guys. Good night.